All right, you guys know my 1992 Dodge Ram 250. Whenever I bought this truck, the guy that had it, several little things that needed to be fixed. One of the biggest problems was probably the windshield wipers. He handed me a whole bunch of linkage arms and pretty much said wipers don't work, but it's an easy fix. So let's see how easy of a fix it actually is going to be today. So Dodges, like most other vehicles, have got a wiper motor that's going to be mounted somewhere on the firewall. The wiper motor is generally connected to the wiper arms themselves with a rod that goes in between each of them that articulates back and forth. And it's located underneath the cowl that's normally right after the hood. Now, before you start taking this cowl off, it's very important that you pick the right screwdriver to go in and take all those Phillips head screws out, because they're most likely going to be rusted like mine. And if you pick the wrong size screwdriver, you're going to end up stripping one of those out, and then you're going to be cussing and swearing like I generally do. So pick the right screwdriver first. You want to make sure that it goes all the way down in the screw, fits firmly, doesn't have a lot of wiggle room, and then you're going to want to use as much pressure as you possibly can in order to get those screws to break loose first. So let's see if we've got the right screwdriver or not. Mine's got a pretty good fit. It's down in there pretty deep. I'm going to apply some good heavy pressure. Hopefully these are going to come out fairly easy. All right, I've got the first one out. Let's go ahead and see if we can get them all out before we can start taking this cowl off. All right, so now I've got all my screws out all the way across, and it's going to be time to take this off. This cowl covers up all the arms and stuff on the inside, so we're going to try to wiggle this out. It's going to be up underneath the edge of your sill, and you may have to deal with your washer spray nozzle thingy whoppers. But let's just see about taking this out first. We're going to see if we can pull up. There we go. Wiggle. Do a little on the other side. There we go. All right. It does look like the little washer nozzles are gonna stay on. We're gonna leave everything on right here, and I can see where the wiper arm is supposed to go and connect on. So let's get started looking to see what it's gonna take to reconnect all that. Now, one thing I'm going to do before I go and try to figure out how to put the arms on or something like that, I'm going to double check to make sure that the motor actually works. It wouldn't do me any good to fix all this if I don't have a good motor. I could replace it, but the intention is to get everything fixed right now. I'm going to simply just turn the key on, turn the wipers on, and see if that little arm is going to be going back and forth. If it is, we're in good shape. We'll go to the next step. If not, we're going to have to look at getting a replacement motor for the wipers. So you guys keep an eye on the arm to see if it's going to do this little wibble wobble thing. I'm going to turn the key on, and I think turn the wipers on. All right, so it looks like the arm is doing exactly what it's supposed to. So let's get the other parts out and see if we can make this thing get connected. So we know that the motor works and we have the arm. The problem that I've got is the parts the guy gave me to go in here and here to connect to the rod to go back and forth are the wrong ones. So parts run. We're going to run over to O'Reilly's or AutoZone or wherever we can possibly find these pieces that'll connect the arms together, and then we'll continue on. But let's hope we can go find those parts. So what we ended up with is just a universal kit. I did end up finding it at AutoZone. It's a Dorman part, so I'm assuming most auto places are going to carry it. It's got a whole variety in here, and I'm hoping there's a piece of paper in there that will at least explain to me which ones go to which side. Otherwise, it's just going to be a trial by error. We'll figure it out. Now, in all the years of my mechanicking, This is the first time I've ever tried to have to do something like this, so I honestly don't have a clue of how this is going to go together. So we're going to rip these things open, dump them out. This piece of paper on it. I don't know what the paper says. Probably use the right one and do whatever you're supposed to. Help. Detach. Oh yeah, this is just going to be generic. Disconnect, reconnect, put it back together with no assistance whatsoever. And we know how the arm goes in there. It's going to fit in there like this, with this kicked out part going against the wiper arms. And this here is going to go into the wiper motor. So I haven't got a clue of which one is going to fit. So clearly that doesn't fit into either one of those. So we can mark those off the list. Got a whole bunch of those. Oh, look at here. Got something that's got an arm, a notch on it. Oh, hey, this might actually look hopeful here. Ooh, looking really hopeful here. All right, so let's make sure we get these pushed in the right way. I'll take this one. Clearly it's supposed to push through all the way. Yeah. Oh, there it went. Did you hear that? Popped in there real nice. Let's just hope we put it on the right side. All right, looks like we did on that one there. And we need to make sure that we get this going the right direction on here. So make sure you double check inside the truck. It's going to go on in the opposite direction. So we're going to take this. Three hours later. Oh, it almost went in. Let's see if we can. There it goes. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little dab of grease and put it here where it's going to slide onto the arms inside. Hopefully that'll let it slide in a little bit better, pop in, make my life a little bit easier. So let's get some grease on there and get back to the truck. That's real important to make sure that when you're putting this in there that you look at that offset, because that's going to be pretty critical. That's going to go on like that. Make sure you've got your offset right. So I'm going to start on the back on this piece here first. Oh, slide it in. Slide it in here like that. Now, if you've done it right, you've moved your arm all the way forward. And you're going to magically find it. And it's going to magically push on without any issue whatsoever. A little bit more difficult from the position that we're in, so I'm going to cheat. Attempt to cheat. I'm going to see if I can get these off. How do these come off? I don't know. Something like that, but it's not going to come out, is it? No. Is this going to spin off by any chance? No. How to do this? How on earth are you supposed to do that? Supposed to just kind of hammer it on there, I guess. Impossible. Alright, can this fold up out of the way? No, because of those little things right there. Just how in the hell are you supposed to? I'd like to close the hood so I can get up on here and press down on everything. But that's clearly not being part of it, because this is stuck on there after 20 plus years and not coming off, is it? No. This is just too damn complicated. Problem is, you just can't see shit. I could just cut these off and redo them later and get this up out of the way, which is probably what's getting ready to happen. Not any probably, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and cut that one right there. Close to it as I can. Woohoo! It's like there's plenty enough extra anyway, so alright, let's get this out of our way. So unnecessary. Nothing can be easy. Oh, what did I just close the hood on? Something. What did I close the hood on? Or was it just a screwdriver? It's just a screwdriver. Alright, so things haven't went as easy as 1, 2, 3. So now we've got the hood closed, and I'm going to literally crawl up and lay on the hood to see if I can get my hands in there in order to pinch that arm back on. And I don't know, let's see if that works. This should be interesting. We're just going to grab a whole bunch of different things and see if we can force it on. Let's see what happens. All right, so let's get a little bit more personal with things, and we're gonna lay here on the hood of the truck and see what seems to be the problem here. So it'll line up there, and it lines up-ish there, but the problem is it just doesn't want to go on. So how do we get you to go on? Hopefully you guys can see what I'm pointing at. I've got to try to figure out how to get this to go on there. It looks like if I can get a pair of pliers or something in there, maybe I can pinch those two together and make those connections. I don't know. Let's try. Has that even got a hold of both of them? I don't know. Oh, it did. All right, that worked. Just pinched them together, the two arms together. Maybe I'll be able to do the same thing on this one here. All right, we've got these two kind of aligned together, and we're going to try to pinch them together using these and see if it'll go together. I'm going to hold it together on the back side. Just there it goes. All right. So it does appear that I've got both sides clipped in right here. And underneath of here, I used a something to just kind of squeeze them together, and they did pop back in. I think the grease did help. So let's just see if everything is going to work and if these babies are going to turn. Then we can worry about putting the cowl back on and the wipers themselves. All right, we're going to get in here, turn the key on, and see if anything actually works or if it breaks or does something that it shouldn't. Success, maybe? All right, so let's get the hood opened up and the cowl back in place. I am going to go ahead and see if I can pull the old rubber hose off of the little washer squirters. If I do, that's good. If I don't, I'll still put it back together. Let's put that back together and see about getting the wiper arms on. So let's see. So in a later video that'll be coming at a distant future is how to fix the washer sprayer nozzle thingies on a different day because they both broke. When you're putting this cowl back in, it's got to go underneath the weather stripping. As you can see, I got a little problem over here. It doesn't want to go underneath. Same thing right here. So I'm going to try to use a screwdriver to run all the way down underneath the base of this in order to get it to go underneath of it. We'll see how well that works. That may actually work. Okay, and then and only then can you push it all the way back. So let's go back and try to get it up underneath and pushed back where it's supposed to be. All right, so we got them all tightened down on the cowl. The cowl's back in place. We're going to put the wiper arms on. Don't believe it matters which one is which. These are clearly absolutely destroyed windshield wiper blades, so we'll need to get more blades. But let's pop these on right fast. They're pretty straightforward. They're splined and they just align and go down where you want them to be. So let's get these on. So this has got a little tab right here. You guys can see this right here. Once this goes down, it's going to lock down on the actual wiper arm and keep it from flying off. But it's got little grooves in the inside, alignment that's going to go all the way around. We're going to slide it on, then we're going to pop that little pin back in place to lock it down. This alarm right here, when we get this down, we're going to push it in. And it's going to lock down below this little section right here, and that's going to be what holds the wiper on and in place. So let's get this first one pushed on. Hammer and large screwdriver to the rescue. And just like that, hammer, large screwdriver took care of it, and the wiper is now down all the way. All right, that side's down. Repeat on the other side, and then I'll need to go buy some new windshield wipers and verify that it actually washes the windshield off. Please like and subscribe these videos so that I can keep making these for you guys. We'll keep focusing on building some cheap hot rods. Thanks.